It is the Riot Podcast. Hello. Welcome
Hudson.
to Wednesday.
Hi, Isaia.
Howdy.
Hey, did everybody, how are we feeling? Because we do a Riot food fight.
Yeah.
We tried the new glazed pull-apart donut from McDonald's. It's the first day. How are we after? Are we feeling good?
I still have like a little
Headache.
You have a little feeling in the back of your throat.
Headache. I feel pretty
It's not
good.
that bad. It's
I
not
feel
that bad.
more full than I usually do in the morning, which
we
is
don't,
nice.
We don't always have donuts every morning, so I just
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
It was nice
Maybe
to
we
eat.
should to build up a tolerance.
Maybe. Well, we have the cookies for that in the break room.
Yeah.
It was nice eating something in the morning that you're actually supposed to eat in the morning. That was a nice change of pace. Instead of like a Mountain Dew or a chicken
Doritos.
sandwich, Doritos,
Hot
Oreos.
dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs.
Well, the podcast, I mean, you're going to hear our McDonald's food fight, but if you want to watch it when you're done, head over to RadioU Riot and then make sure you're following and you get notifications turned on because tomorrow we're doing an after show with the Lay's potato chip flavors for Cheetos, the Doritos, and the Funyuns. And we're trying the it sounds so dumb, but it's not really. We're trying the Taco Bell chicken sandwich that launches tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm concerned we're not going to have enough to fill the time.
I bet we'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Our body's gonna be like, still, guys, can we stop eating all these
Yeah.
extra things?
Yeah, we all have to go on a strict September diet.
Yeah, once this is
starting
all over.
after Labor Day.
So that's coming up tomorrow for an after show.
Today on the show, we talked about a movie it's a Marvel movie that I just can't get myself to be excited
Really?
for. I can't. I don't know why.
Well, we
I
thought you'd be the
cannot.
one to go see it.
See, I probably will end up seeing it, but it's
Yeah.
probably the least hype I've been for a Marvel movie, and I don't know why. I just
Even
can't.
less than Black Widow?
See, Black Widow, I at least knew Black Widow,
Yeah.
and like I was like, okay, like her origin story, exciting, whatever. You know, wasn't that pumped for it, but I was like willing to go see it. Where this one just does not do anything for me, but I'm gonna see it,
Yeah.
because it's a Marvel movie, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and it's so hard to tell. The reviews are good for it's Shang-Chi, right?
Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
But I just never feel like I'm saying it right. And
Because everybody will be saying Shang-Chi. and
yeah,
it's not.
because
It's
that's
not
what it
that.
looks like
It's not.
to our American eyes.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be, the reviews are also good, but then again, and we talk about this, the reviews have literally been good for every Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Every Marvel movie hasn't been good. And particularly burned in my mind is when Captain Marvel came out.
You
And
hated that.
The reviews were great, and I watched the movie, and that movie is not good. And
Are you whispering enough there?
yeah, and so I just I just have that. It has a feeling of that to me, where almost the reviews are too good to be believable.
Well, that's why when we talk about it, I explain why. Okay? So
yes, that's right. Nikki's got a theory.
I do.
We also do or talk about sleeping less than 6 hours is apparently bad for you. And last night was
Why would that be?
Yeah, I know. And last night was the first, like, probably the latest I've stayed up
Oh, yeah?
since waking up early
So it's
for
a
the
story
show.
for you?
Yes.
It really spoke to you.
Because last night was just, when I saw like 6 hours sleep or less, I was like, wow, I was not even close to 6 hours of sleep last night. But I feel okay.
Yeah, that's because it'll hit you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow is going to be a terrible day for me.
We talk about the 6 hours of sleep not being good for you as if that's news to
Yeah,
us.
I know.
We all knew it.
We've covered that many
Yeah.
a times.
Thanks,
here on the
right?
show. Well, there's lots more to enjoy on the podcast today. Thank you guys for listening, and definitely thanks for watching our food fight video when you're done. RadioU Riot on Facebook or our YouTube channel.
And don't forget to leave a really nice review for us.
We'd love to have a chance to thank you.
Yep, and give us a rating, a 5-star, 5 stars if you can, and unsubscribe, resubscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Help push the podcast.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Good morning, good day. Welcome to Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Welcome to September.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Where did the year go? And I know there's still some left, but that's September now.
The summer has passed us by, and you didn't even take a summer vacation.
I know. Well, there's no need yet.
Yeah. Who needs to take a vacation when the weather is nice when you can do it when it's all snowy and cold?
And I love a good summer at-home vacation, which is every day. Every day, if you just treat, going home like a vacation.
That's true. You can make it feel like a vacation.
That's right.
All you need to do is leave your used towels on the ground. It feels like you're in a hotel.
Don't pick them up. Just have someone else take care of it.
Yeah. Then there you go. You're on vacation.
Wow, you really are a good travel planner, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I could totally work for AAA. When I was a kid, I remember my mom always going to. They had AAA. I don't think they do this anymore. They had little offices
for like travel stuff.
Yeah, AAA wasn't the only one, but AAA was the big one.
I only knew them as like if you needed a tire or something. Like if you needed a tow, like I think AAA does that too.
Oh, we still do that.
Oh, I didn't know they do travel stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they do, and of course I know people. And they're probably mostly older, but like that they have the AAA you pay because you're a member, right? And then you get discounts on stuff. So some people will be super into making sure they get their AAA discounts.
I feel like when you get older, that's going to be
me.
That's all
that
you.
and my AARP.
Hudson's into deals, so
I'm going to stack all of the coupons. But when again, I don't know if they do this, but like you had a travel agent.
Oh.
And so you would go and
your mom would use that?
She would have to go, and the travel agent, I don't really know exactly what they would do besides give you a bunch of maps and books for where you were going. You're like, I'm going to, when we went to Winnipeg in Canada, which is right above North Dakota, they'd be like, all right, here's a map and a big book of every hotel in every state. Good luck.
That's what you were paying for?
Yeah. It's worth the membership, isn't it?
I guess.
Hey, we, as kids, we spent a lot of time while we were driving on those trips, reading the books.
Oh.
Learning about, not really learning things, but just looking at the hotel.
It's really funny.
Well, should we stay at the Super 6 or the Motel 8?
It's very funny to see the memories that stay with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, back in those days, you didn't have, we had phones, but it wasn't the same, right? So, especially when you're like 6. So you weren't looking at your phone.
You were looking at
the travel books.
That's what you got.
With the list of motels.
It's so weird.
Somehow I made it here today.
I know this is what shaped you and molded you to be in radio.
And that's why I'm such a good travel planner now. Because I know all of the hotels.
When you retire from radio down the road, you're going to go back into doing that and coupons.
Man, people are going to love me.
I know.
They are. There's going to be people come in and they'll be like, Hudson, he knows where to stay.
He's planning my trip for me.
He knows the route to take.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Just over 24 hours away, maybe closer to 36 hours away, until you could go see Shang-Chi.
That's it.
And the Legend of the Ten Rings, right? That's how you say it?
That's it.
Am I getting it right?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yep.
And so that is coming out, the new Marvel movie this weekend. And it is a very highly rated movie according to the critics.
Okay. Critics being tomatoes?
Yes. The critics are not throwing the Rotten Tomatoes at it. They are waving their tomatoes in the air and saying, please go on or something. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know if it's actual like film critics or if it's just
it is
early people who get to see it.
We're talking actual Rotten Tomatoes certified reviews.
Great.
They are saying that, it has so far, as of this writing, 130 reviews from official critics, 119 are considered fresh.
Okay.
And so that gives it, obviously, a fresh rating, a score of 92, which makes it the 25th Marvel movie in a row to be certified or to be fresh. Not all are certified fresh, but it is fresh.
So is fresh over 75%?
I think it's over 60.
So it's
which is not saying a lot.
Tomato meter score has consistently remained over 75% fresh. It's earned the prestigious title of certified fresh.
Yeah, so it's the next level. It's not even, some of the lesser Marvel movies, say Thor in the Dark World, that's the lowest rated one. That's not certified fresh. It's still fresh because it's 66%, but not certified. But this one is up there, which it's crazy. First of all, it's crazy that there's 25 Marvel movies that have come out in the cinematic universe.
And when you look at them, I mean, it feels like there's a few that are the older ones.
Yeah.
And it was before everybody got on.
Yeah, of course.
Board
that you
and-
didn't see in theaters because you
Yeah.
didn't know you didn't realize yet.
But that's a long list.
Yeah, it's a long list, and it just feels like it's flown by, and they've just consistency. How do you get 25 movies in one franchise, and they all manage to be widely considered at least decent? It's pretty. You got to give them credit for that.
Well, they're
right?
paying for it. No, just teasing.
So Nikki, for some reason lately,
I always
don't know
doubt
if it
everything.
was Paddington Bear 2 being 100% of Rotten Tomatoes or what, but man, you are so skeptical of the Rotten Tomatoes rating.
Hey, have you seen everything? Everything
no,
that just happens?
That's why I just trust Rotten Tomatoes.
You don't trust the system. You don't trust the process. You don't trust the tomatoes.
Think about the vast conspiracy that would have to take place to get all of these 130 reviewers to get
It's
119 on board.
No, what they do is they're like, here, would you like to go with us on this trip to see the movie for the first time? And you're like, yes, I would. Wow, I'm having such a great
You're
time.
calling into question the integrity of every single movie reviewer.
Because they do that in the music industry, too. You're
Well,
like,
that's
here.
different.
And then
That's
you're
different.
watching Shang-Chi and you're like, gosh, this is a great movie. Or is the trip a great trip? And the movie was just the icing on all of it.
Wow, I didn't know Nikki had such a conspiratorial view.
It's probably not, but sometimes with some movies, maybe not the Marvel ones,
Yeah.
but you're like, why do you have such a high score?
Yeah, but
There's no reason why you should.
I just I feel that the idea is, as a public, we are more that we're gonna just crap on anything if we
Yeah.
get the chance. That we just if there's a chance to hate something, we're gonna hate it. But I think a lot of times, especially with movies, we do take the opportunity to crap on anything, but also for the critics, they almost get stuck in once one person says something nice. Nobody wants to be the person that really lays into the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Or at least very few do. And then the one guy will be like, oh, I'm going to be the one that hates the thing that everybody likes. But still, everybody has to like it first.
You're right.
So I think once a few people started liking Shang-Chi, or at least saying they did, then it becomes really hard. We don't know. We haven't seen it yet. It could be good or could be bad.
We'll see.
But once a few people start saying it's good, it's hard for anybody else to be taken, to maybe be as honest as they want to be.
And I have the conspiracy.
Yeah. Nikki's the one that's going to be honest.
You're right there, too.
But first, she has to actually see it, which we know she'll never do.
So Shang-Chi comes out in The Legend of the Ten Rings this weekend. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out. We're off on Monday, but we'll find out on Tuesday what the box office results. People are really curious what it's going to do.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on RadioU.
I said I would do this. I've got Old Bay hot sauce.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about putting it in my coffee. So I'm ready to do this right now.
So this is a for
the
real
show.
thing because you put Tabasco in your coffee.
Uh-huh.
So does it make it like spicier? Does it bring out the flavor?
It brings out the flavor a little bit, and then what you get is like the spice at the end.
Okay.
It doesn't, you don't taste the spice right up front while you're drinking the coffee. It just gives you a little heat at the tail end of it, which was nice.
Because if you have anything that's like cream based, like clam chowder soup or
Yeah.
like a pasta, you're always supposed to put in Tabasco sauce.
A dash?
Just a dash.
Uh-huh.
And they say it's not like you want the Tabasco sauce flavor, but that is a spice that enhances
It wakes
the
everything
flavors.
up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure with coffee, like how often are you putting Tabasco in your coffee?
It's pretty rare. I'll go through little kicks where sometimes you just want to change things up a little bit, especially if you got the same coffee day after day after day, which I often do.
And this one's the Old Bay one?
But this is Old Bay. This is not Tabasco. So this is more typical of like regular.
clam-baked?
It's
No.
more like Frank's. It's more like Frank's Red Hot, like
Yeah.
the actual
Old Bay
base
seasoning?
sauce. But then it's got Old Bay, which is like kind of seafood like.
Why are you going to put that in your coffee?
I love Old Bay.
Yeah.
I really like hot sauce.
So you
and
think it
I
might
think
work?
the coffee it might work.
All right,
So-
we'll put it in there.
And you know what? By the way, I convinced Sydney to put Tabasco in her coffee a time or two.
And she likes it?
She said it was good. I don't know if she does it regularly.
Sydney's so sweet.
How many
She
drops do I need to put in?
She won't tell you if she doesn't like
Yeah,
it, by
that's
the
true.
way.
That's true.
Maybe 3? You want to
I
do
think
3
I did
or
like
4?
5.
Okay, all right, going all in.
Let's get the stir. Ooh, this one's smelly. All right, here we go.
So you're going to try your coffee with Old Bay.
Coffee with Old Bay not
sauce.
seasoning. Seasoning would be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not insane.
I don't know. This is walking pretty close to it. The Old Bay hot sauce instead of Tabasco sauce.
I don't really taste it.
More dash.
I need more.
You need more? Pour it
Yeah.
all in there.
Don't worry, guys. If this ruins it, we do have more coffee.
This isn't
coming.
your work coffee. This is the coffee
This
you
is
brought
my
in from
home coffee. And I think that's actually an important distinction. My home coffee is very, very dark.
Yeah, no flavor.
So, no, like very smoky, like it feels like maybe I've never had a cigarette, but maybe like you just eat.
Like in an ashtray?
Yeah, yep,
Is
like
that
that.
it?
So that's the way I like it.
That's how he likes the coffee.
Yep.
All right, so you're putting more Old Bay hot
We're
sauce
up to
in
like
it?
10.
10 dashes in it.
Yeah, you still don't really taste it.
I wonder why. At the end, you will. Like when you get down to the bottom of the coffee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just sinking
Maybe
to the
it just
bottom.
sinks down there.
It does give it a weird smell. I don't know if I like. Honestly, the smell might ruin it a little bit.
It's too much. Well, you
Yeah.
have a lot over there now.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't.
Well, maybe just stay with Tabasco. in
Yeah,
your coffee.
I think it worked a little better, especially the smoky chipotle variety of Tabasco.
But look at you trying new things.
Yeah. Well, you got to switch it up, and you never know until you try.
So now, next time you do your hot sauces at home, just do like Hudson and be like, I wonder if that'll go in my coffee.
Yeah, you don't have to limit yourself to what this says on the bottle, which is wings, beverages, and seafood. Hey, wait, beverages.
Beverages, hey!
I think it means Bloody Marys, but hey.
2 is better than 1. Unless we're talking about The Riot. The Riot, RadioU.
We're doing this on release day today.
This is the very first day. It is, they're saying, a limited time only. So I don't know how long for McDonald's the limited time thing will last. But this is their glazed pull-apart donut that they're offering.
Yeah, and
Here, wait, guys, listen. The bag.
if you join us, by the way, on the RadioU Riot Facebook page, if you aren't on there already, we've got a new... We've slightly altered the setup so we can finally include Isaia
In the dead
and
center.
and Nikki all in the same
the
thing.
middle.
And it feels good to do it this way.
Isaiah, what is your take on the McDonald's like bakery items? Because I know a lot of people who don't like them and a lot of other people who also don't like them.
See,
So I'm waiting to find out someone who likes them.
I used to like the little apple pies when I was like younger, but
yeah.
now like none of it does anything for me at all.
So what about, I think they do a muffin or like an apple fritter. Did
That
you try
cinnamon
any
roll.
of
Have you
those?
tried the cinnamon?
I've tried the cinnamon roll, like
Yeah.
the little cinnamon stuff they have, but it's just nothing that they have does. The only thing that I will do is the apple pies. I'll still
Yeah.
do the little apple pies, but that's all that does anything for me.
I wonder
Everything
how
else
much,
is not.
Like how much money does, out of breakfast for McDonald's,
Yeah.
does it bring in a lot? Like, do they want to get into like Panera's money for
Right.
bakery stuff? Or
Who's-
what's the competition?
Who's going to McDonald's
Yeah.
and you see the board and like if you go in or actually even on the drive-through boards now and it's like showing the egg cracking and sizzling on the griddle and stuff like
Muffin.
that. All yeah, and they're like, yeah, no, I think I'll have the old stale muffin with the crusty, crusty drizzle on it.
If I'm going to McDonald's, it's like I'm getting a hash brown, I'm getting pancakes. I'm not getting like an apple pie or
Right.
a muffin or this donut thing, probably.
Yeah, you know,
It could be they're trying against Starbucks because they want you. A lot of people do like the McDonald's like coffee drinks,
yeah.
and so they think you might just get a little something to go with it.
And what Starbucks has figured out is if you're already going there for the coffee anyways, they can put a very minimal effort into the food
Yeah.
and people will still buy it.
Ooh, Justin was asking if we had the McDonald's holiday pies before.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Those are good. All
Although
right, so
you feel a little guilty getting that for breakfast.
hey, it still counts. All right, it's a pastry. So the McDonald's glazed pull-apart donut, their limited thing. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like little pull-apart guys.
Yeah.
It looks like little Tim Hortons kind of donut holes.
Now, first disappointment, guys. Have either of you noticed that it's not hot?
It's
Is it
not
supposed
warm.
to?
It'd be
I don't
better
know
if it was,
supposed
I feel
to, but
like.
it would be yeah.
Oh, I
Isaiah's
didn't
right. It'd be better.
I didn't expect that.
Mine's like half glazed, kind of. On one half is like really glazed, and the other half is like
it's just
not
the top.
glazed.
They only glaze the top. And this will be the best on its first day. It's probably the best it'll ever be.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't think it's been sitting there waiting for like a week? They already had the shipment in?
No, this
And
is
it's not like they freshly
excitement.
warmed it up.
They're ready.
No.
All right, so are we going to pull apart or are you just going to eat
I pulled it
I
apart.
pulled it off.
Okay.
And it's surprisingly not messy.
Well,
I don't know if that's good or bad.
the glazed pull-apart donut for your Riot food fight today.
Oh, we can harmonize there.
That was very choir-like. La, 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 la. What do you think, Isaiah?
I don't know. I don't even know what I think of it. I don't know if I like it or not. I like it. It tastes good.
It's not as light as I thought it would be. Like the bottom part really is, there's a heavier bottom part to it. I don't know if it's like that's where it bakes from. It's not, it tastes, okay, you ready? It tastes stale already. Kind of, to me.
Yeah.
Then
It's
if you
just
got a real fresh one.
The glaze is like thick. Like I can almost like just taste pieces of the glaze in my mouth. Like I could roll a bump into a little ball if I wanted to, which isn't how I prefer my glaze, I don't think.
Yeah, it's because glaze implies that it's going to be very thin and light.
Yeah.
And
This
you're
is
getting
not.
a lot of glaze.
It's just like icing almost.
I think I might have the most positive opinion of any of us, but it's not that I'm like, oh man, you guys have to try this. It's just like, how much was it, Isaiah?
It was $2.87 maybe?
A piece?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was so total. This was this was $7 for 3 of
Okay.
these, which was a little bit
Hold on.
surprising for me.
Hold on.
I was thinking $1.
Because I gave
was
them,
thinking $1.
I literally gave them a $5 bill when I pulled up to the window.
Yeah.
So this will definitely cover it. And she was like, "It's actually $7.21."
God.
And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Why? How? It's a donut."
All right,
right,
hold up,
now-
guys.
now hang
Never
on.
again. I was gonna say if it's $1 and you're
Yeah.
rolling, if it's cheap enough and you're rolling through,
Like, here's
it's an
99
add-on.
cents.
It's an add-on to your. If you just want to be a little more unhealthy, you can be like, I'll get the hash brown and this or whatever. For $2.87,
It's more than a
man,
McChicken.
you can
Oh.
go to Krispy Kreme. Just save yourself the trouble. Go to Krispy Kreme. McDonald's does not deserve $2.87 for
No.
this
But
donut.
I will say, I think it tastes better than all their other bakery items.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Just
though.
because it's just easier. So I will give it that, but that is pretty expensive for they're trying to get out of the limited time they have their glazed pull-apart donut. They're trying to get all the coin they can.
For
Yeah.
it looks like six Timbits. That doesn't even really taste like a donut, too. It's almost more like a monkey bread or something like
Yeah.
that. It's not even really donut-y to
But
me.
it
But
doesn't
guys,
even
can
have.
we be thankful though? We're just eating it.
Yeah,
though.
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
it's good. I'm gonna
Right.
finish
It's
it.
good. I'm definitely gonna
okay.
eat the whole thing.
I'm gonna get the $2.87 out of this pull-apart donut, but I'm never gonna spend that on it
your
in my
own.
life.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
This is really bad. Really, really bad. Nikki, it says here that a new study has found that people who sleep less than 6 hours a night
Uh-oh.
are more likely to be fatter and age more than normal sleepers.
We don't sleep that long.
No, we don't sleep nearly 6 hours every night.
Guys, I can't because a few weeks ago they were talking about how, like, well, maybe you're just one of the special someones, though, and you can last on less sleep.
Uh-huh.
But now it's awful
Yeah, I don't think we're the special someones.
if you can't sleep enough.
Well, they also say the same can be applied to if you sleep more than 9 hours.
Oh, if you get too much sleep.
That's nice to think about, isn't it?
Can you imagine if you had that problem? That'd be awesome.
What would you even... What an easy life it would be.
You must not have maybe much later classes, or you don't have any classes and you don't have a job.
Yep, and you don't have anything. And the good thing is you can just sleep through all of that.
And
you can
it's
sleep
not
through
like-
all of the problems that come with not having a job.
Yeah, and this isn't like, well, hey, on one Saturday I slept like 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's if you consistently get this many hours of sleep each night.
Yeah. Now, granted, this study really focuses more on older people. So maybe this is specific to if you are getting up there in years, if you maybe are eligible for AARP or something like that. This might apply more to that. But I mean, come on, how different can it be for us in our age group compared to people who are older? Like, you need your sleep, right?
Yeah,
you
they
need more
say-
than 6 hours.
They call it short sleepers. I usually clock in about like five and a
Yeah.
half. But for this, they say 7 to 8 hours of sleep is the sweet spot. So if you're trying to shoot for a number, 7 to 8 hours.
Yeah, can we make it there? It would be so hard for us. If we didn't do the morning show, I think I could do that.
Yeah, but because we would have to go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I can't go to bed.
No, I can't either. Especially when the sun is still up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. During the summertime, of course, the sun is still up at 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And in the winter, or like as we get here into fall, you've got football on.
Yeah.
So I can't go to bed before the football games end.
Well, I think we know our answer then.
Yeah. So
we're going to just sleep less hours.
We're going to be fatter and age more.
Age more. That's just what we're going to have. That's a byproduct of this show.
Yep. And that's to say nothing of our food habits.
Just how it is. So basically, if you sleep under or over the 7 to 8 hours, you get a poor performance in memory, reaction time, flexible thinking. Basically, that's about it.
Well, I'm going to start telling our boss then. Just going to be like, hey, we're going to have to start the show later because my reaction time is so down.
Oh, it is?
You can tell. My reactions are so slow.
Slower than they used to be?
Yeah.
Oh, now there it is. How about we work? Maybe the riot becomes a 6 in the evening show.
There we go.
Start then. I think we could get enough sleep then.
I think we could always get away with just doing the show the night before and then putting it in the next morning. Nobody would know.
When you guys wouldn't care, would you? It's just for our sleep. If we still worked in the evening, I'd still stay up.
Yeah.
I would still get
But then
less
you could sleep in the morning, though.
Something always happens.
But the thing is, then night would be work, and nobody wants night to be work. So
all right, well, we're just going to stay with what we are.
The only thing we can do is go on a constant vacation. Leave the job behind.
The only thing we can do is tell you guys, please get 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
You live a healthier lifestyle, and we'll live through you vicariously.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Where this is actually posted on Reddit, the AITA Reddit, of course. And to run down the story, a TLDR format.
Oh, thank you.
This guy likes making beef jerky in his backyard.
Oh, man, to know this guy.
Yeah, I know. I wish he was my neighbor, right? But
that sounds good.
Here's the thing. He has been making beef jerky in his backyard for a long time.
Okay.
He had old neighbors and they were friends. And so the old neighbors he would share the beef jerky with them. They knew from the smell. It's like, oh, it's beef jerky time. Yeah. And they would be excited because they could go get some. But they moved away and were replaced by a new vegan couple that has moved in recent months.
And they found out about Beef Jerky Day?
And once Beef Jerky time came to light for the vegans.
Oh, they didn't like that?
They did not like it to the point where the wife wound up coming over and according to, again, the beef jerky maker, the teller of the story, he said in a almost Karen type manner, came over and knocked on the door and wasn't nice about it, was actually kind of rude and was saying that you shouldn't be smoking the beef jerky, you shouldn't be making the beef jerky out because we are all out here and we don't want to smell it because we're vegans.
No, they were saying the smell's making them sick.
Yeah. And so now the question is the beef jerky maker, is he in the wrong? Should he stop making the beef jerky? Should he bring it inside? Or are the vegan neighbors the ones that are being too difficult? Who is right and who is wrong?
So it reminds me of, I looked it up from 2019. If you're like, oh, the vegan neighbor, that was a story in Australia. And that was a lady who was mad with her neighbors. I think they had like a squabble beforehand. But then it turned into she was a vegan and they would barbecue. And then she sued them and said that they were barbecuing on purpose to like make her mad and like fanning the smell like over into her place because as a vegan, she didn't want to smell that.
Right.
So that was that story from a few years ago. But you wonder like how often is the vegan barbecuing friction between neighbors? How often is that happening?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you used to be a vegan.
I did.
And so I'm assuming since you're not, that means the smell wouldn't bother you.
But Eric wasn't, and he would barbecue all the time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man,
did it make you sick?
Good. No.
Yeah, the people who are vegan, they do know, first of all, that being vegan isn't a health condition.
Yeah. Like, it's not really making them sick. It's your choice.
No, it's not. It's just, and I think even more importantly, what they should remember is it's not that the Okay, what they're smelling is the smell of all the spices and all the stuff that's making the beef
marinade.
jerky. Yeah, it's not actually the beef that they're smelling. In fact, what you see is so often that we try to make vegan foods that taste and smell like meat for vegan people.
So the neighbor should have just said, "Oh, it's a faux meat," and just said, "Oh, that's all I'm making beef jerky out of." No meat, no beef, and then just never gave them any. But maybe they would get off his back.
Maybe. I don't think they would. Something tells me.
They might not believe him.
But it makes me think if she really is going to be like, she could have gone over and done it in a nice way, and you didn't have to bring up the vegan thing because people might be sympathetic to you if you're just like, hey, it's a really strong smell and we don't like it. Could you please? And honestly, I probably still wouldn't. I'm the type of like, if it's your house, you can do almost anything you want.
Yeah, and he was doing the beef jerky first.
Yeah, and he was doing it before they were there. So
good luck to the guy because I'm sure that won't go away.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. If she's gonna come over there the first time and be rude, she's not gonna get less rude as time goes on.
Hudson sees the glass as half empty. But get this, he thinks a glass half empty is good. The Riot. RadioU.
So you might think, Nikki, pumpkin spice has been in everything, right?
Yeah, even though it's not the new thing.
It's not the new thing.
Is the apple stuff.
Right. But pumpkin spice has gone so far now as to be in like macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
So it's done everything except seltzer. Except alcoholic seltzer. Hard seltzer.
Yeah, I thought they would have done that probably a long time ago.
You would think, but it feels that I think you have to keep in mind that the hard seltzer thing has only been around for a couple of years, right?
Oh, sure.
That's really new. It's pumpkin spice has been around longer than hard seltzer has, it seems. So finally, maybe some other smaller hard seltzer companies have done this, but Bud Light is doing their own pumpkin spice hard seltzer, 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and you can grab it, but only it seems in a variety pack that, hey, does also include Apple Crisp, the new hot flavor.
No, it's got toasted marshmallow, maple pear, and Apple Crisp.
That doesn't sound like hard seltzer
maple
flavors,
pear?
does it? It sounds like
maple pear sounds like fall and something else went like wrong.
Yeah. It sounds like somebody trying way too hard is what it sounds like.
I think this all sounds like everybody's trying way too hard.
Yeah.
Well, they were joking because it's just such a basic setup for everything.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, again, if you don't drink and you see all this stuff, this stuff looks like you're like, oh, I'll just take is this an Apple Crisp, like a sparkling water?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? What's this thing?
Yeah, you're right. You could totally be fooled into thinking that you were just getting your standard, regular, non-alcoholic seltzer.
Your Bud Light water.
Yeah, right. Of course. But I don't know. You could question if you saw the 100 calories on the thing and then you're like, no, that's not what I want in my seltzer, which... as a reminder, you can drink non-alcoholic seltzer, which has 0 calories, and get about the same effect that you would get from the Bud Light seltzer.
Well, it's interesting to see like how beverages and how drinks are doing for everybody. Because if you remember, like Coke sold so many companies, juices went out and this went out and seltzers.
We went through like the vitamin water phase for a while. Remember those?
Out.
Like I think they're still around, but nobody gets Sobe Life Water anymore.
It's not the trend anymore.
No.
So the trend became like non-alcoholic or like seltzers. So they're just trying to pick anything to make it continue to be a trend.
Yeah, and what you're going to see, I think continue to see now with these seltzers is, I think there's people still want to buy the alcoholic seltzers, but there's just so many because like Bud Light made one, Coors, as in like they have started making seltzer. And they don't just start making one seltzer; they start making a million. So you've got Truly and White Claw and Bud Light and Coors Light, and just everybody's making seltzer, and there's just too much.
See, it's all marketing. Like, it's totally all marketing at us because they say that all these new brands, it causes consumer confusion.
Yep,
we have that with Mountain Dew.
Are we really confused though?
I can't figure it all out.
Are we confused or are we just not interested?
Well, me and my again, my drink of choice is a Canada Dry Zero. And then they threw the lemonade one at me.
Ooh, I love the bold Canada Dry.
Oh, is that the harder one?
Well, harder, not with alcohol.
It's not a hard seltzer.
No,
just meant
the
flavor's harder.
Yeah, it's much spicier, which I enjoy.
I can tell.
You know what, though? I'll tell you what. I bet if you're going to start watching football, you're going to see so many commercials for this darn thing.
That's all that'll be.
That's all you're going to see.
Marketing confusion.
This and Geico.
Welcome to The Riot, where you listen to us and that's it. It's pretty much a one-way street. The Riot. RadioU.
In the NFL, it was cut down day.
Oh, is that why everybody was talking about all the players cut?
Yeah, because...
I didn't know it was a day.
Yeah, it's a day.
It's a bad day. It's a bad day.
It's a dark day for a lot of players.
Oh, I didn't know that it had its own time.
Yeah, where they have to shrink down their preseason rosters to be the official size for the regular season. And the most noteworthy player to get cut yesterday was Cam Newton, who was the quarterback for the New England Patriots and now no longer.
Was
Isaia,
he a good player still, or
no?
Was he?
He was an MVP at one point.
Yeah.
He was MVP and went to the Super Bowl, ended up losing the Super Bowl. But he was very good at one point in time. Then he got banged up and just kind of fell off heavily very quickly.
Not good
I heard
with the
name
Patriots.
Before.
Yeah, and so he is out. So Isaia, do you have any inclination of what is next for Cam Newton?
I think he's gonna just kind of hang out until somebody else gets injured. I don't think he's gonna hop to a team right away because he did have like a pretty nice little signing bonus on the contract for this year.
I know.
He gets he gets $2.5 million. Doesn't even have to play this year.
Yeah.
So he's sitting pretty right now for this year.
He doesn't return it?
No.
No.
It's a bonus.
It's a
signing bonus. So if you sign it, then that's your bonus no matter what. We need signing bonuses.
He earned that $3.5 million by signing.
What?
Signing.
You would run with that. I'd be like, I'm not giving it back.
Yeah. I'm out of here.
I'm out. I'm gone.
Yeah,
wow,
I like
that's so much money.
Even in the story, it's not a total shock that he would get cut. His contract was only guaranteed $3.5 million. What do you mean only? That's a lot to be guaranteed to not even play.
It's a lot for all of us normal non-sports people.
Yeah.
But for football, I guess we've heard there's much bigger numbers. Maybe
Way
that
bigger.
is on the low level.
And but the truth is, he's not worth the $3.5 million at this point, anyway.
Being harsh.
He's not good.
Well, you can say it in a different way. He's a classic player.
I feel that saying he's not worth $3.5 million is not that mean, is it?
He's
worth less than that.
I don't even know, but maybe he's a good person. But
maybe.
who knows?
Maybe.
Actually, it's funny. The reports are that he was they liked him in the locker room or whatever, which is kind of surprising. He doesn't come off as that. His persona is a little aloof a lot of the time or whatever. Yeah. But apparently they really liked him. They just didn't like how he played.
I think that I didn't think it was going to work out from the beginning just because going from Tom Brady to Cam Newton is like polar opposite play styles where Mac Jones is much more similar to what I think Bill Belichick actually wants to do, where Cam Newton was kind of one of those quarterbacks that it's harder for you to use him because he can run and he can throw, but he makes the offense like way different than everything that they had done in the past.
He's gotten injured a lot, and it was just it was kind of a thing where you throw him in. He was cheap at the time, and you see if he's any good, and maybe you have something lightning in a bottle. But now you've got Mac Jones, and they like him a lot more. So
yesterday was what's the name of it again? The cut day?
The cut day.
Yeah, I don't know if it has like a real
name.
But it's cutting day
for the NFL, and Cam Newton was the most high-profile cut yesterday.
On the chopping block. So he may be coming to a team near you. Rumors are the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
The Cowboys are always rooming for everybody. It's like the Yankees. They're going to get them. They'll get them, too.
I feel like they can have more players than us.
Yeah, exactly.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
You're in a South Carolina Lowe's, and you see a naked man standing by the flowers display.
Oh, what do you do?
What do you do? Is that a police situation?
Well, maybe you just turn around and just ignore it.
Yeah, try not to get involved.
I think if someone's naked in public, like they want a reaction.
Yeah.
It's like the people that flash. Like you're not supposed to react. You just be like, okay, fine.
Yeah, you just accept
moving
it.
on.
You don't even hold up your hand to block a view or anything. You just act normal.
Yeah.
And that nothing will mess with them more.
Well, what
this
is he
guy,
doing?
I don't think he was necessarily looking for the attention.
Yeah.
His name is Kelvin Cooper, and he's 38 years old. He was he was standing by the flower display at a Lowe's home improvement, and once somebody did call the police. He was wearing a towel to give him credit.
Oh, that is
he
something.
He did put on a towel, but once the officers arrived and asked him what was going on, he said he thought he was being followed by people who were threatening to kill him.
Oh.
And so he was hiding behind a post.
Oh, it gets worse.
When he heard his pants begin to beep.
Oh, no.
He thought somebody had planted a bomb in his clothes, so he took off all of his clothes. And so the employees gave him the towel. He wasn't wearing that for himself. But of course, the towel could not have contained a bomb, of course.
No. But all this went on like when he was just at Lowe's?
Yeah. I don't know why it's just a weird situation of why he wound up at Lowe's and then this started happening.
That's the weird part?
Yes.
How'd
Yes,
you
it
end
is.
up at Lowe's, not the naked bomb part?
Well, how did you end up at Lowe's? And then that's when you decided I guess maybe we don't know how long he was running from the supposed people that were supposedly trying to kill him.
I think the question is, how long was it before he got to Lowe's that he took something?
Yeah.
Because that's what was going on.
Well,
they said they wanted him to dress. He would not because he was afraid his clothes would explode.
Of course.
And they decided to take him to the hospital for a medical clearance before he went to the county jail.
Yeah, so I guess he was healthy, at least.
Before he went?
Before he went to jail. So, that makes you wonder, like, what were they checking him out for at the... Because, of course, we all would think, you must have been on some kind of substance, right?
No, they just take you there till it's over. Like
till
the episode is over. Listen, I watch a lot of body cam footage on YouTube from various police departments. It's fascinating to watch. This is pretty common. This whole they're going through an episode and then they come down from that, but they have to go to the medical place. And there's a couple in our city, and the medical places are always like, "We're not taking them." And then they're like, "How could you not take them?" So they take them to the other one. Yeah. And the police are always
the only reason
mad.
they don't want to take them is because they probably won't get paid.
Well, they're all like, COVID, and it's like, then the police officer's like, "You just don't want to take them." See, this happens all the time.
I just think, what if it was actually true, the whole story?
There'd be a bomb,
and his clothes were going to explode. And he was proven right.
It's not likely, but we would apologize if we were wrong.
That would be a great news story.
Yeah.
If he gets to jail and then later his clothes explode in the middle in the Lowe's dumpster. It's like, oh no.
I just feel so bad. It's hard enough to work nowadays. You got a lot of people mad about everything, and you're just trying to work. And then here comes the naked guy who has the bomb something. He's doing all that, and you got to find a towel.
Yeah.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.